Hi everyone, welcome to PYF, Presha Yoga Fit, and I am Presha. Firstly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all from all of my heart to all of you for being here, for creating this community, for practicing with me every week. Now moving on to the practice today, it's about hips, the mobility in the hips, creating and also strengthening the hips. Again, hips is a very important part which affects the posture of the body, and thus it affects the entire body, and we do get into certain kind of problems if the posture is not correct, if the hips are not strong, and if there is no mobility in the hips. This usually happens due to the sedentary lifestyle that we have, being seated on a couch or desk for longer hours of the day and not being able to really stretch and strengthen the hips like we should be able to. So this is your practice to do that. Let's roll out the mat and get started. So for today's practice, we are going to start in first a Navasana. I know, so putting you right into or driving you right into the fire. We are going to start with Navasana. We'll start with bend knees Navasana or boat pose. Lift your chest up and extend your arms forward slightly, lean back and lift your shins and bring them parallel to the mat. Lift up a little bit with the chest, drawing the belly in. And with an exhale, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together, not use the hands here, coming into a Baddha Konasana. Again, all of that is working here are the hips, the hip flexors and the quads, the hamstrings. That's all the work that they will be doing today mostly, instead of using the hands. So hands to the heart center, bring the soles of the feet together. Avoid touching the mat, hover the feet off the mat. And then again come back in Navasana. Big breath in and exhale, again come back to that hovering and modified Baddha Konasana. Knees wide and the blades of the feet, the outside blades of the feet are hovering off the mat. Now placing your right ankle over the left knee. If you want, you can use your hands a little bit, but I would still suggest not to. So right ankle and left knee, lift your chest up and coming into double pigeon or fire log pose. Basically your right shin and your left shin are parallel to each other. Lift your chest up, reach your arms up, inhale, and exhale, walk your hands forward. Try and wiggle a little bit from side to side, feel that nice stretch and that wiggle in the sides of the hips. Nice work, and then come back to center, back into Navasana or boat pose. Big breath in. With the breath out, again soles of your feet together, hands to your heart center, hover and hold. And then left ankle over the right knee, coming into again the fire log pose. I'm trying to adjust my foot myself. So just a little bit of assistance, lift your chest up. Again, trying to here work as much as we can with all of these areas and all of the spaces, which is the hip flexors, quads, glutes and hamstrings. The most of the work that's going to be done today in the practice is going to be through these spaces of the body, working in isolation. So instead of using the hands to kind of support it, we're trying to strengthen the body from that area. So that's why we'll be using it in isolation. So lift your chest up, inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, again, walk your hands forward. Again, a little bit sway from side to side. Then inhale, come back to center and back to Navasana. Again, your knees can be bent, but you can also extend and take a full Navasana, lift your chest up. Back with the soles of the feet together, back to a hovering Baddha Konasana. Again, working here in isolation, not using the hands. One more time as before, right ankle, left knee, lifting your chest up. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, finding those hands forward, a little bit swaying from side to side. And then walk back to the center. Inhale, back to Navasana, extending your legs, or you can keep your knees bent, shins parallel as well. And then back to Baddha Konasana, hovering the outside blades of the feet off the mat. And then this time, left ankle and right knee, lift your chest up. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, walk your hands forward, a little bit sway from side to side. Come back to center and back into Navasana again. Beautiful. And now we're going to bring ourselves into a normal seated position, and we are going to transition into downward dog. So bringing the hands on the mat, driving up with the knees and the hips, lift the backs of your thighs and come into a downward facing dog, pressing nicely through the hands and through the feet. Now, keeping the left heel reaching down, inhale, reach and sweep your right leg up, and then exhale, step your right foot forward. Bring the left knee down on the mat. Try and slide your right foot a little bit more forward, and inhale, reach your arms up to an Anjaneyasana. Bring your hands to your heart center and slightly go forward, dropping here with your pelvis. So sending your hips a little forward here. And then without using your hands down, we're coming into extending that right leg, lifting the ball of the right foot, hinging slightly forward and coming in Ardha Hanuman Asana. Ardha Hanuman Asana, and we're feeling that stretch in that right hamstring. Again, you're not using hands here like we usually do, just working with these muscles in isolation. Come back to center and again bending into the right knee, dropping and taking your hips a little forward in the Anjaneyasana, and then exhale to Hanuman Asana, back with your hips and lifting the ball of the right foot. One more time, bending into the right knee and then extending the right leg. Hinging forward. Now next we are going to frame the hands down and then take that left knee all the way up and step the right foot back, come back into downward dog. Now from downward dog, keeping the right foot reaching down, reach your left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward between the thumbs while you bring your right knee down. Just a little bit forward, step or slide the left foot forward. And then inhale, first reach your arms up. Then exhale, bring the hands to your heart center. Now, keep your tailbone slightly tucked down and under. Now travel the left knee a little forward and drop with your pelvis and drop with your hips. Take your hips a little forward. Now exhale, we're going to extend the leg, come in Ardha Hanuman Asana, hinge forward, lift the ball of the left foot. Back to bending into the left knee, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half split. Inhale again, back to that lunge. And exhale, Ardha Hanuman Asana. Come back to center, frame the hands down, and step back to a downward dog again. Pressing through your hands and through the feet, lifting the backs of your thighs up. All right, we're going to lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze forward, exhale, step or walk forward. Then inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, come into a deep squat, so heel toe with your feet out and come with the seat closer to the mat and bring your hands to your heart center and come into a deep squat. So this is Malasana, and again a great hip opening shape. Lifting the spine, lifting the chest up, and ever so gently start to push with your inner arms, with your inner arms, your inner thighs, and start to lift your chest up. Bring the spine in that nice long shape. Now exhale, bringing your hands down, heel toe with your feet in. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, bend the knees and reach the hands actually to your heart center, coming into an easy Utkatasana chair pose. Now from here, transfer the weight of your body into your left foot. Good. Reach your right leg up and bring the right ankle on the left thigh. Now bend into your left knee and take that seat a little bit more back. Come into a figure 4 Utkatasana or chair pose. Nice work. And now you're going to keep pressing down through the left foot and slowly lift and reach your right leg back. And step back, bending into that left knee. Step back with the right foot coming into a high lunge. Reach your arms up. Inhale here. And exhale, frame your hands down and step back into downward dog. Nice. Now we're just going to take a vinyasa here. This is our first one. Inhale, rock forward to plank. And exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to an upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Step, walk forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway, flat back. And with an exhale, going back into that squat. So heel toe with your feet. Toes out, heels in. Come back into that nice squat. Lift your chest up. And press into those inside of your thighs with your arms. With an exhale, frame the hands down, heel toe with your feet in. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, come into a nice, easy Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale here. Transfer the weight of the body on the right foot. Start to lift the left foot and place the left ankle on the right thigh. Once you do, take the hips back and come back into a nice seated position. Inhale in Utkatasana. And then exhale, press down with that right foot. Stand up a little bit. Extend and reach the left leg back. Start to bend into your right knee. And ever so slow, step back with the left foot and reach your arms up. Inhale to a high lunge. Exhale, frame your hands down. Step back into downward dog. Inhale, rock forward to a plank. Taking that vinyasa, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to an upward dog. And exhale to a downward dog. Now lift your heels with an inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Step or walk or sit through. So step or walk into a sit through, that's what I meant. Step or walk into a sit through. and come down with your sitting bones on the mat. Right, now we're going to come into 90-90 position. So with the legs, we're going to face with the right shin to the front of the mat, parallel to the front of the mat, and the left thigh parallel to the right shin. With the chest and the shoulders and your hips face towards the front of the mat, bring the hands to your heart center. Inhale, lift the chest and keep the spine long. Exhale, bend slightly, hinge forward towards that right shin. Good. Inhale, lift up. Without using your hands, transfer or transition to 90-90 to the back of your mat. This time, left shin and your right thigh are parallel to each other. Chest is lifted up, long spine, inhale. And exhale, bend towards the left shin. Inhale, come back to center. Again, switch the same shape to the front of the mat. I'm just sliding off the mat while doing this, so adjust yourself if you are as well. Lift your chest up, spine long, and exhale, bend towards the right knee or fold over towards the right shin. This time, keep that going on and lift your left foot off. Nice. So you're externally rotating with your right leg, right hip, and you're internally rotating with your left leg and your left hip. Come back to center. Switch same shape to the back of the mat. 90-90 again, chest and facing forward, and this time towards the left knee. Exhale, hinge forward, come into a fold. Then lift your right, look back and lift your right foot up. So internal rotation with the back leg and the external rotation with the front one. Then come back to center. And now we're going to just simply shift the same shape to the front of the mat. Back to bringing the soles of the feet together without using your hands. And come into Baddha Konasana, lifting your chest up. Now, keep those heels slightly away from the body, so when you look down, it looks like a shape of a diamond. Inhale, lift your chest up. Again, without using your hands, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, hinge forward, reaching your arms forward. You can soften with your head and your neck. Hold for 5, 4, 3, last 2, and for 1. Now we're going to come all the way down to our back, and we are going to come into a modified bridge pose. So bringing the feet down on the mat. Feel free to keep your feet under your knees. You can also keep your feet slightly wide if you want. Now driving your hips up again. Not using the hands, so only using these muscles right here to strengthen and to work on different shapes during the practice today. Reach your arms up above your head. Then press into the mat with your heels to lift up into a bridge pose. Hold for another 5 breaths. 5. Keep driving your hips up. So we're not using those hands down, not pressing into the mat with the hands or not interlacing the fingers. Only what's working here is the hips, it's working the glutes, the quads to really find itself in this shape, lifted up off the mat. Last 2. And last 1. Bringing your hips down slowly, roll onto one side, right or left. And then slowly pressing down into the mat, come up seated. So this was a short practice to strengthen the hips and to find mobility also in these parts of the body. I hope you find this practice helpful, and as always, I'm grateful for all of you being here, part of this practice. And as always, we also conclude the class bringing the hands to the heart center, bowing, showing our gratitude for simply showing up today for the practice for ourselves and finding time for self-care. Thank you all. Sending you all my love. I will see you in the next video soon. Till then, take care. Bye.